Hey,
Yay, there we go.
we're here.
We
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 made
are
it.
here. Yes. So hello again. We want to thank you for being here watching Meaty Mondays with the Fierce FeLions. Tonight we're going to go over the power of community. It's very important to have people who understand keto, ketovore, or carnivore, or lion, and have them available for you to be able to ask questions, get support, either from them or you are the support, depending on where you're at in this. So, my name is Laura. I am your co host, Healthy Carnivore. How about you, Robin?
Hey, everybody. Good evening. We're so happy that you're back again. And we are back again to have this great conversation talking about community and the importance of building those strong bonds. So we know we join clubs and we, do all kinds of things to be with other people. And so this is just another aspect of that in regards to our diet. A lot of times we're all by ourselves in our house, in our community, and in our lives. So it's very important to have these great friends like I have here. I'm so happy to have them in my life. And so tonight we're going to talk about community. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome back. I'm glad
Hi.
you're feeling better.
Thank you. It's on the mend. It's one of the things when you have a big family, it can take a while for everybody to get their turn. So, and moms seem to bear the brunt of it. It seems like no matter what. So, I'm very glad to be back, and I'm back with my community here in carnivore world, and it's exciting to see you guys and to talk about this topic today.
Can you guys hear
G,
me?
yes, we
Yes.
can.
Oh, okay, because
Take it
I'm like,
away.
wait a minute, the mic isn't here. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Hi, everybody. My name is G Brown, the lifestyle changer. And without this community, I don't know where I would be. I'll go ahead and kick this off. The power of the community. So when Frederick and I started this this new lifestyle, we did zero research. We're probably one of the few that one person said something. I know what all meat looks like because I was eating all vegetables before. So I understood we're in the opposite. And I must say, I was extremely happy that he and I are doing this together. So my hat goes off to the families where um, the woman is, now I'm talking from the female point of view, okay? The woman is moving forward and the husband, boyfriend, or something is not, and you know you're not in shape, and you know you need to be on this. You know you need to be supportive. You know you don't need to be bringing in donuts. You know we know better, so we must do better. Now, and I'm speaking from not what goes on here, but I've worked with people, and that's one of the things. They're like, "Oh my God, he brought home donuts," and then he gonna sit and eat them in the bed. So
Oh, no.
with this, right, with this
Mhm.
community, the support. All right.
Mhm.
So I've been part of many things. What does that mean, G? I've done multi-level marketing. As a matter of fact, I'm closing down one of my last multi-level marketing business because I said I am not trying to convince anybody to do anything. But I will say this: I will be exiting one of the best uh home-based businesses. I'm not going into it. You want to know, inbox me. One of the best home-based businesses because the product doesn't spoil, just none of that. That community that I am currently a part of is phenomenal. What does that mean? Same thing like here. I'm talking if I need something, have a question, just anything, the community is there. So when I fall over into the carnivore community and I don't have pearls on the clutch, I'm like, oh my goodness. These people are even nicer because here's the
Yeah.
thing, you
Yep.
guys are eating right. So the
We're
Mhm.
not hungry.
conversations you have, look, you have patience. It's like you have clarity. You have all of these different things going on in this community. We come on every Monday looking for certain names in the comment, and I love it because they'll pop in and say, I'm late, but I'm here. Oh my God,
Yes.
I caught you guys live. I missed it before. And when you are on a live with a doctor and you put your question in and your questions are being answered, and this community is phenomenal.
Yes.
And so anyone that's in this carnivore community should never feel alone, should never feel like they have a question that can't be answered.
Right.
But here's the thing, you might not like the answer. Okay, so, and you might get to the point like some of us, and I can only speak for me, I don't want to cut anything else out. I've cut so much out.
Yep.
But when you get to the point of understanding that this is your journey, this is, I have people that, hey, Angie, I have people that I do the first 30 days with, and there's one gentleman, and I'm gonna get him on one day, but he had his birthday. He wanted to be a certain weight. He reached it. But what I like is his constant push. You don't have to get it the first day. Don't be so hard on yourself. Do you know how many other diets you've done and you didn't make it?
Right.
So why all of a sudden now, hang in there. It can be done. And I'm looking here because Rebecca got something to add to that. Go ahead, Rebecca. Did my baby did she freeze up?
Yes.
Okay.
So I think I did briefly there, but can you hear me now? Okay, good. Yes. So one of the things I love about the carnivore community is that it's still fairly small and niche. So it's one of the, I mean, I'm very fortunate. My husband and
So Rebecca, you are breaking up a little bit. We're having a little bit difficulty hearing you. Oh no.
I know. Darn it.
is
I don't think she can hear me either.
but
Technical difficulties.
I sent her a thing.
Okay.
We'll see if it goes through. Uh-oh.
She'll be back. We'll bring her
She
back
will.
when she comes back in. Okay. How about you, Laura?
I'm still here.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait.
there she is. There she is.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
It's
You're back.
crazy. I'm back. So I don't know where I froze up because I was talking. I was just
Very
going all the way.
beginning.
Very beginning.
Very beginning. So the reason I know community is so important is because
It is.
I had like my family, because we're doing it all together, we have our own little community. That makes it so much easier in a lot of ways. People think it's hard because you've got all the kids and stuff, but we're doing it as a team. We've always called ourselves Team Reese. And so this is something we're all in this together, and that makes it easy because nobody's bringing donuts home and nobody's doing their own thing. And so it makes us a team. And I know most people do not have that, but what I love, the carnivore community is still fairly small and fairly niche. So when you get into the groups, the Facebook groups, or you're following a creator, or you can actually, like, a lot of times get in contact with them, make really close connections with them, because there aren't a lot of us out there. And so I think we feel a little bit more inclined to want to connect, because makes us feel a little less like we're alone in the world. Like, okay, there's actually a lot of people that eat like this. We're just all over the place. So they're just not in your neighborhood necessarily, but I don't know. It makes it so much more fun. It makes you feel a little less like you're doing this crazy weird diet, when you see other people thriving on it as well. So that's what I love about the community part.
Yes.
I agree. I
Absolutely.
agree.
So I found that when I first switched over to carnivore from keto, I had already been keto for 28 years. It was by watching Dr. Baker on the Joe Rogan podcast. And I'm an all or none. kind of like G. So it was like, bam, tomorrow I'm a carnivore. And I also did it without really looking anything up to begin with. But what I found was, I started following, like watching Marie Emmerich and more of Dr. Berry, and then finding these other doctors as they were coming on. And I really paid attention to them. Another one is Kelly Hogan. I went
Mhm.
out and followed her because it was almost like she was talking to me. It'd be like,
Mhm.
are you having trouble with this? This might be something you can try. And I was like, yeah, let's try. And sure enough, most of the time it was like, that's exactly what I needed. So I do feel like you need to surround yourself. I'm okay with differing opinions. So, like my political beliefs, I like being friends with people who are the opposite, as long as they don't freak out and try stabbing me. Because there are people that we disagree, and that's okay. But it's the same with this. I don't mind if somebody comes on that's a vegan on my channel. I don't mind, unless they
Mhm.
start getting stupid. Now you start getting hateful and derogatory, then we can't be friends, and then you will be gone. But
Yeah.
I do think you have to have people that are in your same space, that are doing some of the same things you are. And like I said, it's always nice if you can find people who have been doing it for longer, because they've kind of hit plateaus. They've hit am I doing enough fat? Am I doing too much fat? Are there times I need more? Or I'm a female, I need more fat than skinny little men. So I think having that available, it is perfect. I think it's something that you need to have. And then as you develop in this lifestyle, you get to become somebody's person to ask questions, to come to you, and maybe you have some enlightenment, and some stuff that you can give. I think, Robin, we're going to go to you next. I think you have a perfect thing. So let's
And
see what
then
you
one of
have.
you go ahead and scoop up Cheryl's question
Yep.
and your comment, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. I'll start talking about this. And if anybody else has a comment to chime in, please chime in.
Go ahead.
So, carnivore diet is a meat-based way of eating. So, you eat primarily meat and meat products. And so, things like beef and lamb and goat, the ruminant meats are really the best. They're the most highly nutritious. So, animals that can process the food through multiple chambers of the stomach, and they get all the nutrients out and it goes into their meat. And so you get all of your vitamins and minerals and all your nutrients that you need from that type of meat. But you can also have chicken, and you can have pork, and you can have whatever kind of meat you want, as long as it's meat. So fish, seafood, all of the meats. So carnivore diet is exactly what it says. It is where you eat meat mainly. So we do also, some people eat eggs if they can tolerate them. Some people do include dairy, if they can tolerate it. So we don't use any processed seed oils such as canola oil or safflower oil, rapeseed oil, any of those oils. We use meat fat to cook with.
But
So
why are we doing it?
why? For the health and healing. So carnivore diet is going to heal whatever ails you. So if you're interested in finding out about all the different things that the carnivore diet can help with, I would recommend that you take a look at Dr. Berry, Berry, Dr. Berry's channel, because he has a video about everything. I can't say every single thing, but
Just
almost
about.
anything. So if you have type 2 diabetes, if you have MS, if you have bipolar, if you have rosacea, eczema, all these different issues that people have
Lupus,
with their health, lupus,
eczema, high blood pressure. Come on, y'all, name some more. It's literally
everything.
Fatty liver disease.
Yes.
Even
addiction. So people are recovering from addiction by going on a carnivore diet. So
hormone imbalances.
Yep, I know. So
Depression.
here you have a group of women, Cheryl, that I am saying to you that we're gonna let Robin to finish, but and then let's just throw Miss Angie up here, because this ends up being, once it is curing you, This is a byproduct of what happens. At my heaviest, we'll go across the board. At my heaviest, I was 260. I am now, I'm 142. I got on the scale before I got in here, but average is 140. And let's go on across, and then Robin, pick back up. What about you, Rebecca? Because women always want to know your heaviest and your smallest.
My heaviest was 220. I can't remember if it was 220 or it was 220. And then my smallest was 170.
Okay. Laura?
313.
And your smallest or healthiest?
I am at 162. I got down to 140 and I looked like Skeletor. So 162 is where I'm supposed to be, and that is where I like it. And I still have my muscles. So that's my favorite part.
And then, of course, this is the one question. Go ahead.
My heaviest weight, I have forced my weight down over the years through a variety of diets. So I've done all the diets, and I think all the ladies here can attest to, doing a bunch of different diets. One thing about carnivore is, although if you have weight to lose, your body will release the weight at some point. Carnivore diet is a healing protocol. It's not, I wouldn't call it like a crash diet. So like if you want to lose 20 pounds fast, I wouldn't recommend that you try to do the carnivore diet, because it's not a crash diet. The first thing that's going to happen in your body is healing. In your mind is healing. You're going to realize that, okay, I didn't even know I had brain fog, but all of a sudden I have this mental clarity. All of a sudden my anxiety is going away. My depression is going away. And if you have the people do lose a lot of weight. Some people lose 100 pounds in a year. They lose a lot of weight. But I would not say that carnivore diet is specifically a weight loss diet. It is a healing protocol. So that's the main thing about it.
I love how you said that. And do you want to touch really quick, Laura, on cholesterol?
Yes.
I know.
Yes,
I saw it in you. I saw it in you, girl.
I was like, I saw it.
When you finish, pass it back to
Robin.
I will. Sorry. So Cheryl, on high cholesterol, there is a fallacy out there that high cholesterol is going to lead to heart attack and strokes. So if a physician or physician's assistants, I don't care who it is, anybody in the medical, as I am in, would say to you, your high cholesterol is going to lead to, cardiac disease, stroke, heart attack. I would ask them if they could show you the study that talks about that, because they will not be able to do so. What I would recommend going out and just type into a search engine, what does cholesterol do in the body? So if you know anything about anatomy, our livers produce 85% of the cholesterol for our body. Our brains actually produce most of their own cholesterol, but it is needed. We didn't get a liver put in us to produce cholesterol if it is something scary. It is part of the immune system. It's part of how our cells are made, the hormones. It's the way with the myelin sheath over all of your nerves is covered with, and your brain is 65% cholesterol, at least. They say it may even be higher than that. So cholesterol is very, very important. If you're worried about your cholesterol and you have your numbers, you can reach out to me. My email is on my page at Healthy Carnivore. You're welcome to do that, and I can work over that with you and help you walk through that, so you know how to talk with your physician if you are planning on trying to start a carnivore type diet. Okay, Robin.
10 out of 10, highly recommend.
But check out what Angie is saying. This is what we're talking about. Look, she's off her high blood pressure and anxiety meds. And for the first time in my life, I was on meds.
Perfect.
And then arthritis in the neck, hands, feet, legs, gone. That's the thing. Stomach issues, gone. All of this, IBS, all gone. Restless leg, gone, brain fog. It's so many benefits. Look how Angie just ran off with it. Yes.
Right.
You got a question?
That's
but
just
go
like
ahead
my
and-
husband. You know, my husband was, I mean, I think he was on 10 medications and did not, felt terrible.
Yeah.
And now he's on none. And he feels the
Amazing.
best he has felt in decades. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
that speaks for itself.
Laura. I'm like taking this one.
Yeah. So was her name B? Yeah, B.
B.
So potassium, yes, we do need potassium. We need potassium in the bloodstream. We need calcium. We need magnesium and sodium for the heart to function properly. So we do need those things. So most of us do electrolytes, whether it be element that is unflavored, whether it just be, this is my favorite electrolyte because I'm frugal. Sorry, it says Redmond's real salt. So I make Soleil water and do that every day. I salt every single thing that I eat. Everything that has water has salt in it. And I do that all day. And that is mineral salt. So it has everything in it. And then, you know, there used to be this thinking that meat didn't have any of the minerals and vitamins. And we're finding out that that was not true. The animals break down the cellulose in what they're eating, and they convert those things over, and it ends up in their meat. We eat their meat, and some of it ends up in their fat. And a lot of us eat a lot of their fat too. So we are getting those through proper nutrition, because if the case was eating mostly meats, you didn't get enough potassium to survive, we wouldn't be here as humans, because we would have died out a long time ago.
Absolutely.
So hopefully that makes sense.
If you really want to do electrolytes, you can make them yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to purchase.
do that.
I use Element. A lot of people do use Element. We know that Element is expensive, but you can buy the products to make electrolytes for cheap. So this is something that you can do. Dr. Barry has on his channel a video about making Ketorade. They call it Ketorade, right? And it's has all the electrolytes in it. And there's a number of people who have a video about how to make electrolytes. I'm planning to do one, but it's not out there yet. But because Element is expensive and not everybody has that $40, $50 a month to buy it. So definitely this is something that you can make yourself. But as Laura was saying, add salt. So that's another fallacy, is that we're oversalted, that people are oversalted. People are severely undersalted on the standard American diet. And just basically everything that you've learned, you need to turn it upside down, flip it around, go the other way, because we're undersalted. And there's just a bunch of hooey out there.
So much of the
Go
salt.
ahead, Rebecca. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Start reading the ingredients. We find half the salt we get that's just like put on your table at the restaurant or whatever, that has sugar in it now, which I think is
It's dextrose.
bizarre.
That's what it
Yeah,
says.
they're adding dextrose to everything.
Yep.
And it's like we need more sugar. Like we're
Right. Yeah.
I can get. Yeah. I don't need any help getting more sugar in. I don't know what they're thinking. Besides, it just makes it more palatable. I mean, I don't know.
It does. It makes. I remember when I learned that McDonald's puts sugar on their French fries.
Yes.
You can't taste it, but those fries are so addictive and so amazing. If you like fries,
They mix it in with the salt shaker.
They mixed it in, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't." At that time, I didn't know the dangers of sugar, but I was like, "No wonder those fries are so good." And I was using this product called.
The danger is salt.
Right.
Yeah.
They tell you that the danger is salt. They blame salt and fat and meat for what the sugar did. That's basically what happens.
Yep.
I love that. The
So,
first carnivore sayings I picked up is don't blame the butter for what the bread did. And it's kind of the same thing. Like,
yes,
don't blame the salt
Yes.
for what the sugar's doing. It's
exactly,
Mhm.
exactly.
when I was in grad school, I lived with a woman who was from France, and she was like, American food is so sweet. It's like everything is so sweet. And I was like, I don't really know what you mean. And she was like, your bread
Mm.
is sweet. Like,
Everything
oh, the
is sweet.
salad dressing is sweet. Everything is so
Yep.
sweet. And it wasn't until I got older and traveled a little bit and had a little frame of reference, like, oh, our food is way over flavored with a very like it
Turns
just
on the pleasure center.
yes, exactly. And the more you grow accustomed to that, the more it's
Yep.
like I didn't
You
notice
need.
it until I had a reference. And now that we have been off of it so long, like my kids, if they even get something, like we'll go to a potluck and they'll get like somebody will bring meatballs and they'll be just kind of generic meatballs and I'll let them have them just because it's a potluck and it's even though they're like, iffy foods, they're close enough. And they're like, these are really, really sweet. And I'm like, yeah, they probably have a little, like they're
Yep.
before they wouldn't have even noticed. And
Right.
now that is so stands out so much because our palates have adjusted to a
Yes.
no sugar diet, no sugar,
Right.
no artificial sweeteners, no plant sweeteners, nothing.
No
Yeah.
poison.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
of the first questions that I asked you, Rebecca,
Mhm.
because before we started this, I interviewed Rebecca and her husband because I've
Yep.
always been fascinated. You guys, she has 8 kids. It's a household of 10, and they're
Mhm.
all carnivore. And the
Mhm.
baby that baby has to be 3 by now or something.
She just
I was
turned
gonna say,
3.
I know some birthday dates. I can't keep saying she's
Yep.
2. But yeah,
Mhm.
just to say that, and we'll talk a little bit later, and I'll when I'm bringing you guys with my update. Wait, I just saw something. Okay, I'm gonna let Robin handle it. All right, so segment. Our next one. Is there anyone that wants to spotlight someone? You want to go first, Robin?
Yeah, but first I just really want to go back to the prior segment just
Okay,
briefly
go.
and say this right here, this is community.
Mhm.
Yes.
You come with a question and your girls over here are going to help you answer it.
Mhm.
Yes.
We're going to help you, and that's how the carnivore community is. I remember when I first saw, I watched Dr. Berry. That's a given. I watched him. Amazing, amazing. That's why I went carnivore, because I saw him do it. But the person that really made me start thinking about community was Carrie at Homestead Howe,
Mhm.
climbing up on the pergola like a little monkey. And I was like, look at this guy. He's crazy. But, he built this huge community, and so many amazing people in the community. So community is super important, but this is when I see us just going back and forth and talking about our experiences and talking about, trying to help somebody figure this thing out as we're all trying to figure it out. That's what community is. So that just showed it to me right there. So I love that so much. I do
Yeah.
have a person that I want to spotlight, though.
Yes.
And there are a number of people. But there's
Mhm.
one person that I just really want to call out that is super, super nice. And so I'm going to share my screen and talk a little bit about this lady. I think, yes, there she is right there. Can you guys see her?
No, you didn't share the screen.
I didn't? What? Okay. Let me try again.
Oh, I hope you don't have the problem that I did when Rebecca sent me.
Ugh. Okay, hold on. Let me try
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Let me just
It has to actually. It can't just
let
be
me
on
go
the screen.
here.
Wait a minute. We got something. Where to go?
I'm gonna get it again. Hold on
All
one
right.
second. Okay. I'm gonna put it in the same one that I'm in with the
Hey,
StreamYard
Adrian.
and see if that works.
Mhm.
Let's try this again. Sorry, y'all. Which one is it? Okay.
Yeah, because last week, 2 weeks ago, Oh, wait, we got something.
Oh,
And there
it
she
did.
is.
Yay.
There she is.
Okay, let's take this down. And there, oh, I love the frame. Yes, Miss Bridgetta. She's normally in our
Yes.
Yeah.
and inbox me. Where'd you get that chair from? I like
So
that.
this lady right here, her name is Brigitta Lumpkin,
Mhm.
and she goes to my church. And she is so encouraging. She just always encourages me. She comes in here, she watches our show,
Yep.
she watches my channel, and and she's interested in carnivore. She's trying to change her lifestyle and stuff like that. So I'm encouraged by her. This lady is she's over, look at her, how beautiful she is. She is, I want to say she's over 75 years old.
And so that says it's never too late to start carnivore and
Right.
turn your life around.
Yes.
And with that, she had many more years to go. Because if she was doing that on the standard American diet, honey, she got it going on now. And she is. I love Shayla. She says she is so gorgeous. Yes, she's
absolutely fabulous.
Yes,
She's beautiful. She's a
she
beautiful person
is.
inside and out. She has a Facebook channel or a Facebook page where she goes live in the morning and does this. She calls it Morning Manna, and she comes on and she just encourages people in the Lord, and it's so awesome. And so I just wanted to spotlight her because she's really been an encouragement to me. She always asks me about different things about the carnivore diet. She asks me about how things are going. And so I really just appreciate her very, very much. So I wanted to highlight her today.
We do too. Very good.
That's awesome.
Very good.
We love you, Missionary Lumpkin.
Yes, we do.
Right.
Yes, we do. Is there anyone else that wanted to spotlight someone? Let me put us back. There we go.
I don't have like a picture of anybody, but I have
go ahead.
two, and they are ex-patients of mine because I'm a nurse, that I want to mention. The first one, 97 years old. So when they say it's never too late, Dr. Berry says, as long as you can fog a mirror, it's not too late.
That's it.
I have a 97-year-old patient that I had who no longer has diverticulitis, and she no longer has any psoriasis. Gone, 100%
Amazing.
gone. She's done it now for over a year. So she's kept it away, and she is ketovore, closer to carnivore. She's very minimal vegetables. Then my other patient, 76 now, he was 75 when I had him. He is a diabetic who did lose the right lower leg. He had to kind of get scared into changing his lifestyle, but he grabbed it with both hands and did it and was able to get back in a semi. He's driving a truck again. He has his
What?
prosthetic. Yeah.
Wow.
And he got to fire his endocrinologist for his diabetes management because his diabetes had to be removed from his diagnosis.
Amazing.
All of his meds were stopped. And that's at 75 going into 76. And he's also ketovore. So those are the ones that I really want. I want to try to interview him, but he's like, I'm not doing no interviews on camera, So one of these days, maybe I will get him, but it's going to take me a little while. But yeah, he looks wonderful. So
Well,
do a
that's two that
podcast,
I-
Laura.
Yeah,
Do
you
a
can do it with the
podcast.
voice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Little video.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
I'm going to read a comment from my channel. So I get lots of comments like this. I think my channel is a little unique in that because I'm doing this with kids, with a family. That's why I started it, because at the time there weren't any carnivores whose whole family did it. Some of them had kids. Kids might do one video about their kids a year. And your kids are usually keto or ketovore. And so I just was like, there's got to be people besides us that want to do this with their kids. And I just want to show that it can be done. And I always say, I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just showing you what you can do if you want to try this. So here's a comment that I got a while ago. And I get every video, I have some comment similar to this. And this is what reminds me why I do my channel. And she said, I saw this video a while back when we were really digging into the research for carnivore and trying to decide if the whole family was going to do this or if it would just be mom and dad. there just aren't a lot of examples out there of the whole family doing this. I remember this video helping us make it over the emotional hurdle portion of that decision. We knew it made sense logically, but as parents, we needed to feel okay about this too.
Mhm.
I don't know if that makes sense, but this video suddenly made it all feel okay. And it was at that moment, we knew this was not only right because our head said so, but our hearts were in it as well. So thank you. We're over a month in now, and it's the best decision we've made so far this year in 2024. So,
That's awesome.
Perfect.
and I love that because it's like, it just gives people that little bit of, okay, I'm not crazy
Not
for
crazy.
thinking this is, I'm not crazy. I don't, it's funny to say. So I'm like, let me just show you what we do. And look, 2 years later, my kids they're still bouncing up, along. So anyway,
This
that's,
is why we all have a channel, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is to support people and show them that
Yes.
it's okay. We've been doing this. I mean, look at Laura. She's been doing it forever and a day. And
Mhm.
she looks amazing.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
I know for
Yeah.
me, with you ladies, for Laura, it had to do with that she was a nurse. For Rebecca, it had to do with it's 10 of them over there. And Robin, I understand from the beginning of how we met. You want to see more people that look like you getting healthy the way that we are.
Yes.
But you have some doctor interviews over everybody on the panel, and I look and I'm like, how did she get this part? Yeah, it's fine. I love it. Uh-oh. We got a question there
Yes, one.
for Miss Rebecca.
Mhm. Could you make a carnivore video directed toward children? And what do you tell your kids about carnivore? Help me convince my 11-year-old daughter. That's a really good
The
idea.
Great
interview
idea.
is one you can start with now.
Yeah.
Last day of normal, she interviewed, look at me just and took over the question. She interviewed, because everybody on
Yeah.
this panel
Mhm.
brings something, and I promise I love you ladies. But she interviewed her children,
Mhm.
because a lot of times people, might look at, is she forcing them kids to do that? No,
Right.
she
Yeah.
interviewed them, and they
That
are
was
a
awesome.
tight family unit, and so you might want to inbox her, go find her channel, and she can send you the link on that one. But then go ahead, girl, answer your own question.
I was gonna say, yeah. So one of the things I reference regularly, and like you said, I interviewed my kids because I wanted to show the honesty of it. Some are like way more gung ho than others, but that's just the nature of it. We do it because it's the healthiest thing for our family, and they're all, pretty much on board with it. At 11, I would say you're right on the mix of there. Yeah, you're gonna have to start appealing some to her brain. Like you can't, my 3-year-old, she just eats what we put in front of her. She doesn't question it. 11, you're going to have to start, have some conversations about health and long-term health. For our family, it was easy to point out of how sick dad was and
Mhm.
needing to be healthy. And that this was something that took a long time because he looked healthy for the first 30, 35 years of his life. And then it started to catch up to him and snowball. So we watch YouTube videos as a family. We don't always necessarily sit them down to watch it, but it's on in the living room. People are hearing it all the time and just pointing out just all the little things. And so, with an 11-year-old, it's you're going to have to just start teaching her and educating her the way you
Speak more on the hormones for her too. Go ahead. Of
Yes,
because you
exactly.
want that.
Yeah, exactly. Because she's getting ready to start puberty if she hasn't already. It's in the next few years. And there's some
Yes.
really key things about having your hormones right during that stage for women that like a lot of us deal with for decades and don't even know that's what the problem is because
Yep.
we start that starts really
Mhm.
affecting how we feel as we go through those stages. And I am planning to do a follow-up interview with all of my kids. It's once we hit the summer will be the 2-year mark and just kind of see, do they still feel the same ways? Do they miss the same things? Are they more on board? Are they less on board? What's hard for them? And I will say my daughter, my 14-year-old daughter, has a YouTube channel. She mostly just puts up shorts, but she puts up shorts about like what she eats when she goes out with her friends and what she eats when she cooking her food. And, you know, they all are, music is all like Taylor Swift and, you know, that sort of thing. But if she wants, it's a carnivore teen. It's like at carnivore teen. If you let her have social media, she can follow that and just maybe it helps normalize it, seeing a girl that's not much older than her that eats that way on a daily basis. And she makes all these great cooking videos and shows herself enjoying it. So I think that's something I could recommend too.
Oh, well, since we're talking on this subject, I'll go ahead and share with you guys. I have 5 grandkids, one on the way, but I'm going to speak on 2 of my legacies. He's 14 and his sister will be 3 in July. So she's 2.5 now, 3 in July. That's just in a couple of months. And he's been diagnosed with ADHD. She has not been diagnosed at all because of her age, but then at the same time, we take her to speech therapy. I am in this community and I believe that it's our food. You cannot tell me, because I'm turning 60 in July, and I'm the first week of July and she's the 14th, the grandbaby that I'm speaking about. And things that kids now deal with, diabetes, high blood pressure. These are kids like middle school kids, you know,
Eczema.
and
So
yeah, eczema is really bad.
Yep.
Fatty liver disease.
And what, baby?
Fatty liver disease is really high right now too in small children, even as young as 7.
Yeah. Okay. So with that being said, I moved my 2 grands in with me last week for me to feed them, especially with the baby. Now, like I said, she goes to speech and she go in, she go right back out, go in, come back out. This week, nope, because today is Monday. Last week, Wednesday, when she went in, the woman was so excited when she came out because she said, "Oh my God, she was interacting with me today." It had only been 3 good days of cutting the sugars out. So, and for her, you know how cats get up over there and just like knock that thing? She part cat. Because when I say to you, she goes around, she knocks every book on the floor. She just wants everything on the floor. That was driving me. Well, guess what? Today, everything is not on the floor. Now, my grandson, he's 14. He got in the car Thursday and he was like, "Best day of school ever, best day of school ever." And I turned and I looked and I was like, "What?" He's like, "No, you don't understand. I'm focused. Oh, I've never focused like that today. I answered all the questions." And he went on. Ironically, his teacher ended up calling the next day. And one of the things that he spoke about was how excited he was. And I had to say to him, "Listen, he's never got in the car and told me how excited he was about any particular class. His thing was, all of a sudden, Nene, the answers to the questions, they were just like ping right in my head, just like bam, there they were." And I'm looking, and so for him to be excited, and now he's at school telling the other kids, because they're looking, they're like, "You just eating meat?" And he's like, "Y'all need to be eating like me." So yeah, this is what he's doing. And I have he is 50. I must miss something. Okay.
It's up on the screen.
Oh, okay. My son went ketovore. Yep. 2.5 months ago. It's way, way better. I know. I can't believe how I know everything. So when you look at the medicine that they give you, just all of that. Now I want to get to the electrolytes and then I'm out of here. So electrolytes for them, what I do is I get a bottle. It's 33 ounces in that water bottle, and I mix up a flavored electrolyte. And I do this even sometimes for myself. So they'll get this amount if this was a cup, this amount of the flavored, but this amount of regular water. So it has something, but not really what. When I was weaning the baby, I did the chocolate element. I put a little milk and the element, and it would, there you go. Just enjoying it. Yes, Kimberly, in food, water, and I don't know. I missed, yeah.
We're still on the last topic.
Okay, but I'm just listen.
Okay.
I was so excited about those two and seeing it. And then when I interviewed with Dr. Chafee, that's one of the things he said. He said, "Oh my God, if I had did this at 14." If y'all have never seen Dr. Chafee, Dr. Anthony Chafee, just go take a look. Look at that. Woo, baby,
Got bigger biceps than me by
his is
far.
way bigger
Oh
than
my
mine.
gosh,
And,
yes.
yeah.
He's
And so,
buffed.
that's one of the things. I had him to do a portion directed to my grandson. I directed it. And it's like, man, if I could do it, if I went back and somebody told me this at 14 and then sit here with the summer rolling around, his growth spurt, and we done told him how tall he's gonna get. That boy is pumping down so much meat. OMG. He's like, I started to get a piece of candy, but I was like, nope, that's gonna throw me off. So he's learning. Now, will he one day get a piece of candy? I'm pretty sure he will. And he will notice the difference, and we go from there. So I encourage. I know it seems fearful, but for the baby, I did a more, as we say, ketovore, right? So I give her meat first, and then I might have a green bean or something like that waiting once a day. Everything else has been pretty much meat. But I have her to eat her meat first, and then I fill her up with anything to go on from there. Okay, y'all turn. I'm just done. I am.
I could talk about the kids all day, because I tell people, I'm like, the kids are not all right. Like when you look at the health, if you're around many kids, it is scary how bad it is. And so I tell people, if this seems to like, you don't want to eat this way forever, at least consider it as an elimination diet. If you take it all the way down to just the meat, and then you get some balance and you get a hold of things, and then you want to try other things and see what's really the culprit, because sometimes it is really specific things. It will, you'll be able to pinpoint it, at least, instead of just taking one thing out and I'm a little better, or take one thing out and it's because it's probably a lot of things. It's definitely the seed oils. It's definitely the preservatives. It's definitely too much sugar. It's definitely the dyes. And so once you start pulling all those out, and it's our genetically modified gluten flours, it's all of those things. And your body's fighting too many things at once, and their bodies are overwhelmed. And if you can just boil it all down to just meat and simple, find a baseline, and then decide if you want to try things here and there, if that's really important to you to be able to have avocados or whatever it is that you think you're missing out on, then you can start from that. But you will be shocked how much it will change a kid, especially if they're struggling with something already.
Yeah. Don't load them down with medication. In the school system, I had them to test my grandson for his learning style. That's what I said. So if you're working with someone and they're talking to you one particular way and you're just not getting it, I don't care if you eat meat or not. That's not how you learn. And for me, I'm a visual. You want me to not get it? Give me a book. And here, I'm not. Summarize it for me. I get my so I learn differently. And so that's the biggest thing. And anytime with the teacher, I'll ask, did you test him for his learning style? Now tell me how his learning style is incorporated in what it is that you are now saying to me, what that part was. because they'll say, you know, oh, he had a great day. Well, what was different about today? You know, that type thing. I have to be an app, baby. Y'all should see. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm quiet.
Do you guys remember what episode we talked about the scales?
I think it's when we
Oh.
did measurements, right?
We did, yeah. So it's been a few episodes ago. We can make sure that we put that information into the
Yeah.
description, but I don't.
The
Wait, what was the
the
question?
Renfo.
Renfo, yeah, the
Mhm.
Renfo
Yeah, the
scale.
Renfo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
Yes,
think
I
I
think
have
so.
RENPHO.
it in the
In the
in this
description.
video, but I got the box right here
Yeah.
because I did this.
Yes.
How about I put this back in? So I have and that's how you spell it. RENPHO. I did that. I did the
Fancy.
blood pressure, and I also did the tape measure.
Mm-hmm.
And so it all goes over into your phone. Laura is the one that now Laura, let me finish the first. Laura is the one that shared Renfro. But you use something different, Robin.
I do. My scale is, so I ordered it. It's by, it's like what goes with the Aura ring. So it's AURA. And it's pretty awesome. It's really awesome. It tells you everything. I mean, so the Renfro is really good as well. They're both really good. They do similar things. So the Aura scale that I
Is
ordered.
that how you spell it? AURA?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So that's how I found this one. It was with the Aura ring.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we won't do news that we can use. We're going to go ahead and start the wrap it up. Laura will kick us off with our wrap it up. Unless, ladies, you got something else you want to add, go right ahead.
Okay. So, as we went over earlier, I really think it's vital for you to surround yourself with people who are able to not only encourage you, but maybe you're somebody that needs somebody to hold your feet to the fire. Some people do well with challenges. I am not one, like I challenge myself, like I super over challenge myself. So I don't always get into a lot of the other challenges because I'm like, I already hold myself to a really crazy high standard and expect that out of myself. But some people, like my husband, he loves doing push-up challenges and sit-up challenges with people and stuff like that. So I think it's a good idea for you to go out and try to get in with people who do that. And it doesn't mean they have to be carnivore, because maybe what you need is somebody to help remind you, go for that walk after you eat supper, or get
Mm-hmm.
up in the morning and do 10 minutes of grounding outside or rebounding or whatever it is. Maybe you just need to find somebody that does that kind of stuff that'll kind of pop up on your YouTube. I have somebody that I watch that lifts weights. And so she pops up once a week with these new arm workouts. And I'm like, yes, please. Because I want to keep my arms looking fairly good. So that's what I would tell you would be a great thing for you to do. The other thing is, if in your community, now I live in a very small community, and I mean small, but I will tell you, I found a carnivore the other day. I know, in
Amazing.
my little county, I bought a mixer off of Facebook, like sales or
Marketplace.
whatever.
Marketplace.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And we get there and I'm looking at it and he was like, what do do you bake a lot of like pastries? And I was like, oh no, sir, this whisk will be making my lotion. And he's like, oh, and I said, oh, I'm a carnivore, so I have all this tallow lotion. His eyes got huge and I thought, oh no, I'm gonna have to explain this. And instead he was like, I'm a carnivore. And I was like, what? And my husband was like, oh damn, here we go. I'm never getting out of
Yeah,
here.
like I know it's like you met your cousin.
Yeah, he was just like, oh no, here we go. We're never going to get out of here. But it wasn't so bad. So just see if there are people in your area. Reach out on your different Facebook groups, YouTube groups, if
Mm-hmm.
you're on Instagram, and maybe you can do some meetups. Like G was just at, a meetup with Kip and all the people he had there. So if you can find those things, that is something that I would recommend, is try to get some more local support if you can, because some of us, like my husband is not carnivore, so G and Rebecca have husbands who are also carnivore. Robin's husband is kind of towing at the idea of kind of, and mine
Trying it.
is super healthy so far at 62. And so he has no health reasons to do it. And until he has a health reason, he's probably not going to ever do it. He is meat heavy, but so we'll see. So we just want you to come watch us every Monday. And we get our ideas sometimes from what you guys comment and the questions that you ask too. So please put anything that you think's pertinent. You want to know anything, just don't be snarky. That's all I have.
All right, Robin, go
All
ahead
right.
with our closing remarks.
Very good. I see Missionary Lumpkin coming in.
Oh, she
and
missed her part.
you missed the part where we showcased her. So
Yeah.
hopefully, Missionary Lumpkin, you'll get a chance to see that as you're
Yes.
watching through this video. So we really do appreciate you. So we really appreciate each and every one of you guys. You could spend your evening doing many other things, but you take the time to come in here and be with us. And we absolutely appreciate that so much because, time is valuable. So we appreciate that. And then, we want to, as Laura was just saying, we want to just continue to build community, continue to have somebody who you can talk to. Like Laura said, you can always reach out to her. I mean, she's a whole nurse. I sent her a Marco Polo this morning, like, Laura, I need some answers. And she Marco Polo'd me back and said, here you go, and gave me some amazing answers. So, that having that community piece is so important. And I just want to say I love these ladies right here. They rock. So as far as what's going on this week on your channels, so Laura, what's going on?
I just shared Carnivore Rabbis. He did my interview like a week and a half ago, but he had some technical audio problems that he got most of the bugs out. So I went ahead and put that out. I really would like to, I can't figure out how to get a hold of this fella. His name is Carnivore Scott. Maybe I'll get a hold of Russ.
Scotty?
Yes,
we were just together. You want Carnivore Scott?
Yes, I want to do an interview on him. He has portal hypertension, and I studied on that stuff, and I'm like, I want to do an interview with him.
I got you, girl. I got you.
Okay. So if I can get him, that's what I plan on doing. The other thing is, I put my elderberry tincture up on my website. I have some more materials that I got today that I'm going to start making some more product. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I used the shaving cream yesterday that I made. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, it just melts into your skin. It doesn't stay foamy like, shaving cream normally does. And I was like, this isn't going to work. It worked so well. And then it was like, oh, I don't even have to put lotion on my legs because of that tallow. Yeah. I was like, well, this is pretty freaking awesome. So I was pretty happy with that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura has some really amazing videos. I see Laura posting videos almost every day. It's pretty cool.
Well, thanks.
I love it. Okay, how about you, Rebecca? What's going on in your channel this week?
Oh my goodness. I have a video that's like this close to being ready to go up, but I am just honest that my videos go up at the speed of life. And right now life is like so crazy between our business, the kids, and we've had a phase of being sick, and I've got formal banquets and sports. So it is what it is. But
we're
I have
just glad to see you here, honey.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if all goes well, I'll have a video up in a few days. But there are no promises in my world, and so I just keep plugging away because I like what I do. Just not to the point where I can. I'm going to be putting up lots of content. I try to focus on having quality content that I'm proud of, that will kind of stand the test of time, and so that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay,
You might-
G.
All right. So across the bottom, these are our handles for our channels. If you have not followed all of us, well, please do. You'll see us here. Rhonda is sick this week, so she didn't get us the news that we could use.
Right.
One area I forgot to go over, and that was about meetups. We in this community have different meetups. And then Laura was mentioning that I went to Carnivore Kip's cookout, and I met some wonderful people. Prior to that, Robin went to Carrie's meetup in Chicago. And you guys might have done something else. I want to know from the community, because I don't get a chance to get out for everything. But if you guys know of some meetups or something like that, please put it down in the comments. We would love to know.
Yes.
Now, with that being said, this is my year, 2024. Talk to everybody, is my year. What does that mean? In 2024, I turned 60. And I will be married for 20 years. And one of the things that we wanted to do was to have a carnivore cruise. And so I just put some information down at the bottom. It's open to everyone. Friday, August 16th to Monday, August 9th. And this secure and stuff, this is old.
Yes.
I guess I can take that part off, but you still can get in touch with Michelle, and I'll have her information there, and you can let her know. There is something about like-minded people getting together.
Yeah.
When you're out to eat, and then as a carnivore, you're thinking to yourself how they're preparing the food. So by the time they get to you and all what you have to break down, please don't cook it in any seed oil, or you're asking, how is this prepared? Is this real butter? Or how about just don't put anything on it? No salt, no pepper, just nothing. Just bring me the meat. And then you're doctoring it up at the table. When I was at the cookout, guys, and meat was that, there you go. You didn't have to worry about side dishes. People were coming out with Redmond salt, just, bam, big bag. And everybody is smiling and having a good time, because now you are enjoying the people and not so much all of the different meals and what you can have and what you can't have and all of that. I want that same experience on the cruise ship. For some of you, it might be, that's too much food. I cannot. I'm telling you, Frederick and I cruise often. I got 5 planned for this year alone, and I haven't even taken the first one yet. And so, but food, I get on there, I tell them what it is that I want. I have no issues whatsoever. We would love to have you guys with us on the cruise ship. I'm celebrating. You do want to be around me when I'm celebrating. Yes. But so I did want to talk about that this week. Tomorrow, I'm actually being interviewed tomorrow.
Yay.
Yay.
And there's so much in my life. So they're going to get some new stuff. So it's like, I already know your story. No, you don't. And the reason why is because I on purpose don't tell everything. I know I tell a lot, but I don't tell everything, because I still want you to say, what? Still want you to do that. And then on Wednesdays, Adrienne and I've had the gastric sleeve. She's had the gastric bypass. And we are actually interviewing a young lady on the live Wednesday. We're interviewing a young lady that she had, I believe, the sleeve, that the same surgery that I had. And she couldn't eat for like 20 or 21 weeks because of it. Hers did not go well. So let me just put it like that. And so please, let me say this also. The surgery did not get me to this size. I never saw under 164. And that was with a lot of work. And that lasted one day. And then I was 165 and it just kept going up, up, up. When I was vegan and started this, I was, when I was over 200 pounds. And when I started the carnivore diet, I weighed 198 pounds. And it has not been quite a year. But I will never be big again. Never, ever. And not a lot of us can say that because I'm not out here, unfortunately, exercising and all this other stuff. I do have an exercise room. I'm going to get better. But as of today, I don't have to deal with that. But I do talk about the surgery on Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll be on. Girl, they up at 8 o'clock at night. Jesus. I'll be up, but I'll be like this right here. So we shall see.
You're gonna be in your nightgown.
Who's interviewing you, G?
Oh, wait. Stop. The FeLions. No, that's
the
us.
Lionesses. The Lioness Live.
I just. Okay, that was a brain fog moment. But no, it's the Lioness. And I remember when she first saw me, I was on a live with Carrie. And she was down in the comments, and it was so funny. And I'm super excited about tomorrow. I am. I'm talking about the
awesome.
FeLions. Yes. So I will be with the Lioness. I'll be in the den tomorrow. Awesome. And what about you, Ms. Robin? And we out of here.
Yeah. So for me, I did an interview with Craig Emmerich, which is up on my channel right now. This interview was probably one of the best interviews that I've done. I really feel like it was really, really good. He's a super smart guy. He's actually Maria Emmerich's husband. So I'm going to try to get them both to come back on the channel so you guys can have a chance to talk to her and meet her and, pick her brain about things as well. But the interview was really, really good. So please go and check that out on my channel. On Thursday evenings, I like to try to participate in the Carnivore Mastermind on Nia's Way. I'm not sure if I will be able to do it this week, but I'm putting it out there just in case maybe I'll be able to be there. If not, it's a great show. They talk about great topics as well. And then on Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, I am interviewing Lori at Carnivore Cheer. So if you have not checked out Lori's channel, she's absolutely incredible. Her content is excellent. I mean, well all thought out, super thoughtful, just very intelligent. She's a very, very good speaker, storyteller, so I'll be interviewing her on my channel on Saturday evening. And I think that's probably it. I finally finished my taxes today on tax day.
I know. Wait, somebody started with this talking about happy tax day. Ours was finished yesterday. So it was, that is such
oh my word.
I want more information about Carrie in South Carolina because I'm in North Carolina. That one I will do.
Yeah.
So I need to go. Anybody have information on this meetup?
You can get it. We'll get it.
We will. All right. Well, in the meantime and in between time, if you work your thing, I work mine. We will see you guys next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Until